Hello, hello, hello. Good day, everybody. Depends on where you are listening to me from. It's so good to be back once again to look at the market every week like we normally do before the market open for the week. So today we're going to start with, in our usual manner with DXY, with the dollar index. And, just look at what the dollar has been doing, in the past couple of weeks. The dollar has been stuck in this range for, I think, since June. We've been stuck in this range and we've been moving, we've been moving up and down right here from around 100.5, which, used to be a major, a major price point for the dollar. But then since then, price has broken this range and we've been bouncing around, that range. Right now, we are ranging around 98.5, where you see price has bounced off from that trend line that I have there. Consider that price bounced off from here. I'm still very, very bearish, on the dollar. If you look at the what is happening around the world, the issue of tariff, the issue of inflation, especially in the US economy, the issue of inflation, the issue of interest rates, the issue of consumer price index, a lot of things, have contributed to the reason why the dollar has been dipping. In fact, since a long time, we've not seen the dollar dip this much. I mean, since we've been coming down from 110 and we bottom around 96.2. And going forward for the dollar, I feel we are still going to push down because of the fact of the interest rate reduction that is going to happen this month. The probability of us having that interest rate reduction again, the interest rate reduced again in October 29 by the Federal Reserve is 95% as to speak on the CME Market Watch. If you go to that market watch, you see people always, vote on that. They always, the opinion of all, the average opinion of people that matters, is always posted on that website. And if you go there today, you see that's around 90, between 92 and 95%. So price, meaning that on October 29, when we're having another FOMC meeting, price is likely we are going to have interest rate reduction, which is not good for the dollar. All right. So for me, we are still bearish fundamentally. Technically, however, we are still bouncing around this range. This range is still technically, if you want to look at it technically, like on the weekly time frame, we can say I'm expecting price to pull down to come and test this range again. All right, probably on the announcement of the interest rate reduction, we might see price come test this range, the 96.3. If this holds, price might just bounce off a little bit, around the zone. Also, by December, there's going to be an interest rate meeting. It's likely that we're going to see another interest rate reduction. There's a lot of things that is cumulating to the fact why the dollar is down. Also the present US government shutdown is not looking good. It's not looking good. So I haven't said that. Let's see how other assets have been reacting to the dollar. Let's look at gold. The gold has been on a tear. Gold has, because when you have the US dollar behaving that way, they used to be the world currency. It used to be a currency that the whole world is major economy like China, like Japan, like the UK, are heavily invested in the America bonds and some other US governments. Let me say they use it as a form of safe haven. But right now, ever since this administration has come into office, there's a lot of uncertainty, like I've been saying on this channel. So a lot of people, most countries are now buying into gold, and that's why we've seen price has been going parabolic with gold. We've seen an amazing move by gold. If you look at the way price has been going for gold, it's been on a tear. Uh, on Friday we have this pullback. I mean, this pullback is what a lot of people have been waiting for, including myself. Right now, gold is down minus 1.67%. I pray the way it is, on Monday we are likely to see price to keep pushing to the upside. But I hope that, I'm hoping that if you can see another sell-off from gold for price to come to around this 4,000 region, it's going to be very, very beautiful. I was expecting, you can see as that price, will push down a little bit, probably to 4,000, but that is likely to happen because the way gold is being bought up right now, any major pullback, it's a major opportunity for people to jump in and buy. So if price will come to this range, it will be beautiful for the bulls to jump on the market. But then, however, we've already seen that on Friday price has bounced off. So this support is going to be a major play on when market open 4,179, where we are going to see price bounce around this zone, except this zone is taking out this price point at 4,182. If I see price take out this support, I'll wait for price to come to around 4,000, exactly where we have the initial breakout, and then try to jump on that price. But for me, if you ask me, from now till, like I've said in the group, if you're in my Telegram group, I've said this so many times. Now by this time next year, I'm looking at gold, doing 6,000, 6,005, because the by next year, the federal, the present Federal Reserve chairman by May or June is going to resign, and there's a lot of speculation that the next person, the president of the United States, is going to introduce or is going to nominate or is going to make the chairman of the Federal Reserve, believe that the Federal Reserve should be cutting interest rate. What that means is that you're going to see a lot of sell-off on US on the US dollar, and what that means is that people will be pulling out money a lot. Countries and institutions will be jumping on gold. So if that happens, I think gold should be nearing 6,000. I've seen speculation that gold should do maybe $10,000, but I want to be very, very, very conservative. I'm looking at gold should maybe around 6,005, $7,000. So any opportunity to buy gold right now is don't even think about it. For me, I'm waiting for gold to pull back a little bit more and see if I can open. All right, and follow that trend. I would say that let's look at what the crypto market is doing. For Bitcoin, however, as you can see, we have this major pullback last week, and price for me for Bitcoin is looking bearish. It's looking like we are going to pull back a little bit more on the weekly time frame, as you can see, except support holds at 101. I've seen speculation that price should come to around 90, the 90,000 region, maybe around 98,000, which is our next spot, before we see price probably pull back a little bit. But for me, overall, however, for Bitcoin, I'm still very bullish. Everything still boils down to what is happening in the US economy, happening to the dollar. The moment we begin to have a lot of interest rates cuts, historically, Bitcoin, do very well. Anytime the Federal Reserve reduce interest rate, and what normally happens is that when they reduce interest rate massively, the way we are expecting them to do next year, what you're going to be expecting is that you're going to be having a lot of quantitative easing. What that means that the Federal Reserve will be printing more money, and anytime you have more money in circulation, what you expect to see is that people, now begin to take more risk. All right, they begin to take more risk, and they'll be upping into assets like gold, risk asset like Bitcoin, like Nasdaq, like the stock market, and what have you. I would say that let's quickly look at what NAS100 did also is also doing. We also have this pullback. You can see that the NAS has been printing new all-time high after all-time high. All right, though we have this pullback after President Donald Trump announced the that is going to be a tariff. That was last week. No, that was 2 weeks ago. That was on Friday, 2 weeks ago. But then last week he came back and say 100% tariff is not good on China, and so you can see how the market reacted. For the week, the price quickly pushed back. All right, I expect this to continue. Like I mentioned, everything still ends on the US dollar. The more there's a massive interest rate reduction, the better the NAS also will do very well. S&P 500 also has kept building more, has kept cutting, has kept also creating all-time high after all-time high. I would say that let's look at currency. I mean, I'll be rounding up very soon. We also saw the way Euro USD reacted around this zone around 1.15 and pull back, and now it's pulling back. For Euro USD, I'm bullish as well. Everything, like I mentioned, everything hinges on the dollar. I'm also bullish on Euro USD, except when I see price takeouts, a break of structure of this lower at 1.15. But for now, we pull back. This is a major zone to this is a major price point to pay attention to, where I have this structure right here. If price take out this low, we are likely to push to the downside. All right. Pounds USD, same thing, bounces off from 1.32. We saw that happen last week. Price came in on Monday and bounced off and then push to the upside. So, like I mentioned, everything hinges on the dollar. If you notice that I've been doing combining fundamentals with technical, and like I always say on this channel, it's important to have a little knowledge about what is going on around. You don't need to be a PhD holder or an Harvard graduate to understand just the basic thing about what is happening around the market. I personally feel it's dangerous to only be a technical person and not having idea what is happening around. It's very, very important. That's why these days you can say that the way I analyze the market is a little bit different. I try to combine both because it's very important. Because look at what happened 2 weeks ago when Donald Trump just came up and announced 100% tariff on China, and we saw how the market react, especially for crypto. The way the market dip. All right, I'll be running up here. If you have not joined my Telegram channel, I'll be dropping the link down below in this video on the description. Ensure you do so. Ensure you like and subscribe. Also, on our Telegram channel, we always drop free signals. I think we dropped some couple last week, and they did very well. All right. So I'll be seeing you in the next video. Have a beautiful, beautiful trading week. Bye.